YouTube, what's happening? It is Sunday, October 13th, and you can see we only got 4 teams left. We are in the league championship series finally after that wild Detroit Cleveland game where Scooble gave up a grand slam of all things. Like, what? Okay, whatever. We'll take that. Hey, the Nerfy hit. We hit a Nerfy. It's been forever since I hit a Nerfy. It felt good. Hey, but then I got hooked on the Scooble strikeouts, and then you saw the rest. So, anyways, we have a new series. We move on. We got 4 teams left: Guardians, Yankees, Mets, and Dodgers. Most of the world seems to be rooting for the Mets because of Grimace and the whole story, and they're magical. And hey, I get it. I understand. Underdog, got around with the underdog. Sure, gotcha. So we're going to break these games down. We're going to start with the first one. There's only one today. So if I look at the actual schedule, we see that New York and LA is today. And tomorrow, both teams are going to play, both games. So we'll have 2 games tomorrow, and then we'll have Cleveland, New York on Tuesday by themselves. So we will do Sunday today, and then we'll focus on tomorrow once we have more information. So let's go ahead and jump to that first game right now. We can see it is in LA, and the pitchers we have is Senga and Flaherty. So let's look at those pitchers a little closer. We got Flaherty. We got 13-7, 3.17, 194 Ks, 107. Let's look at his game log. We can see what he's been up to. Last couple games against San Diego, 5.1, got rocked. 5-4, got rocked. He did not do good against San Diego in both his games. He has not been good. I say good. He hasn't been great. Probably average to below average in his last handful of starts. Cleveland game, he was amazing. But outside of that, you can see what he's done. Now, the question is, like we've been doing all playoffs, has he faced the Mets? Let's look. So we dig down the schedule. We see there's no New York Met games there. Okay, cool. All right, sure. So no first time facing, good deal. So then he's going up against Senga. We can see his numbers: 1-0, 338, only 9 strikeouts, 0.56 whip. That is disgusting right there. That is crazy. Now given he's only pitched in 2 games, he's pitched a combined 7 innings this year. So let's pump the brakes a little bit. You can see what he's done. 5.12 against Atlanta, which Atlanta's offense we knew was not really the best this year. And then Philly on October 5th in the last series, you can see what he did in 2 innings. So the question is, how many innings is he actually going to pitch? He's going to come in and do his 2-inning thing again and do what he's got to do and get out with the bullpen step in, or is they going to let him go like 3, maybe 4? Props are going to be impossible with this dude. So anyways, enough of that. Let's look at the line. I have not looked at that yet. Pop over here. We see it is Dodgers 160. That seems kind of high, doesn't it? Seems high. And for the total, we see we got 8. That's a good number. We can deal with 8. So we want to bounce over before we go to props. We want to look at their stats to see what they've been up to this posting. So let's start with LA. We can see who's done what. We have their at bats. Let's see. Let's go sort by average first. We can see what both Hernandez's are both doing. 333, Freeman 286, Lux 278. You see how the bats are going. We can see their OBP. T Hernandez is 400. Mookie is no longer trying to be as doogie, so he is 333. Slugging, Hernandez best bets. You can see the numbers how they're there and who's doing what and the numbers and who's struggling. Like with the averages, we need to look at who's doing poorly in the batting, like 167, 125, 200. Ohtani's batting 200. What? You're supposed to be the MVP. Like, come on, you need to step it up a little bit. So home run wise, all we have, you get your handful of home runs, and OPS, we have that as well, and we have a couple over 1, both Hernandez's. So we got a couple doing great, a couple struggling, so they kind of cancel out. Let's look at New York. New York averages, who's doing good? Well, obviously Vientos is batting 429 for the postseason so far. Dude is crushing it. Outside of that, everybody else is below 300. We got JD Martinez, Polar Bear, Nemo, Lindor. They're all doing decent, but they're not doing Vientos numbers clearly. So 20 total bases, ridiculous. OBP 467 for Vientos. Slugging is still, you can see, still there. And then OPS, we got 3 over 1. Alonso, Vientos, and Winkler. So why is that at asterisk? Mid-season trades. Okay, whatever. So those are the stats. Let's look up the props now. We got enough information. So props, we'll start. We're going to look at his props. I don't know what we're going to find really, but hey, whatever. We'll take a peek at it. Let's look. Because we want to see his history at least. So his history versus the Dodger bats. We are 0 for 2. We are 3 for 3 with a home run from Mookie. And Mookie is starting, he was terrible for a while. I made the joke that Mookie is Dookie, and also he took off. So Hey, Mookie might be a play today. He might be. He might have to be an HRR play. We'll see. You're 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 0 for 2, 0 for 2, 0 for 2, 1 for 3, and 1 for 1. Decent numbers, but Mookie's the one we want to look at. And let's just go ahead and jump to bats real quick and just see if he's in there. So we want Mookie, 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 Mookie. All right, found him. There he is. I had to dig down the list a little bit because he's been not doing the best. 2 out of 5, 4 out of 10, 45% in the last 20, 80% head to head. So if you care about numbers like that, he's not doing the best. His odds are right here to go over HRR. Now, if we wanted to go just Mookie, if we want to look at how he has been doing on other things, okay, well, home runs. He's hit a home run in 2 out of 5 games. And he's been walked. He has walks in his stolen bases. He don't steal bases. So, but we don't have to do all that. So let's go back here. We see the numbers. So Mookie might be a play. And we'll see what else we got against righties. You want to see the whole season. There you go. Numbers for the whole season. I don't really care about anymore. I care what you've been doing recently. That's why we looked over on ESPN at those stats. So strikeouts is at 2.5. For the whole season, his 2 games, he went over 9-3. 9 is crazy. 3. What do we know about the Dodgers and the strikeouts? Dodgers are one of those teams that are very up and down with strikeouts throughout the season. We know this. They were never the top. They're not like the San Diego Clevelands of the world, but they were always in like the 10 to 20 range. They were never terrible, but they were never amazing. So kind of average. Hits, we look and see 2 and 1 giving up hits this year, and then earned runs 2 and 1. So he gives us some runs. He's going to get some strikeouts. So kind of hard to deal. So really is how long is he going to be in the game? That's what we care about. His earned runs at half. Does he give up a run to the Dodgers? Question. Let's look at Flaherty now, because so far I don't like any of his props, just to be honest, for the Mets. Flaherty history versus the Mets. We got a 1 for 2. We got a 2 for 3, and 0 for 5 for Iglesias. We got a 0 for 4 for Lindor. Bucks, was that a buck 82 and 22 at bats with a home run? That ain't good. That ain't gonna get it done. Over 4, and then we got a 3-3-3 for Winkler with a home run. So there's your numbers there for the against righties for the whole season. There you go. If you want to see those, enjoy, have fun with those. We're popping back here. Now we actually have normal props because he's a normal starter. So, but why is walks the first thing they show me? Walks for the whole season. He's been a little wild recently. That's something to notice. That's why we look at the whole season, because you were good all year. You gotten a little wild. Okay. Which means you might be losing your control a little bit. Arm might be getting a little tired. It is the playoffs. It's the end of the season. It's been a long season. They need to shorten the baseball season. I don't care what anyone says. They need to shorten it. 162 is ridiculous. Like, you don't need more than like 150, 140. Like, reduce it something crazy. Anywho, that's my rant. Strikeouts. You see his strikeouts have gone down. He was, yeah. Dude's getting a dead arm. That's clear as day what's happening here. So, over 5.5. We'll see. Can't do head to head. Last 10. It's a downward trend, just like the stock market. It's going down. Don't catch a falling knife. Hits is very consistent though. He's been very consistent all throughout the season. He's going to give up your hits. You're going to get hits off him. That's what you do. 4.5 for the bets. We got 3 Mets with the over 1 OPS when Lindor's at 864. I kind of like this over 4.5 hits. I think with it being game 1, I think they let him go his like 6. Let's look at his outs. Yeah, I can see this is 15.5. So that is 5 innings. 5.1, 5 1/3, and he should hit the over. So it means so the thing, he's going to go 5 innings. I can see him giving up 1 hit per inning, especially to the Mets with the way the bats are going. I can see that. I can see this. Okay, I'm getting a picture of a prop I like. Okay, and then earned runs, he's a little all over the place. He might give up 3, he might give 2, he might just shut your ass down. We'll see. Back to the bats. All right, so we got Mr. Home Run Derby Hernandez himself, 5 for 5 in the last ones. Oh, a 9 out of 10. So if I'm taking this, I almost want to take the over and some get runs because I'm kind of worried, but then he's only going to pitch 2 innings anyway, so what's the point? So this is a prop I like. Nimmo is batting. How's Nimmo doing? He's batting 269, 387, 385 slugging, 772 OPS. Not the best. I think it might be Hernandez, but I want some Mets. I think I want a Met bat. I want a Dodger bat, and I kind of like that Flaherty strikeout. I mean the prop we just looked at, which was the hits allowed over 4.5. I think I like that. I think the Mets can get a couple to get some hits off him. So we're gonna go with that prop for sure. And we will look at. I think I'm gonna take Hernandez, the top one, 100%. The 9 out of 10. We'll ride it. Yeah, because then the bullpen comes in, they gets to face more dudes. So yeah, okay. And then do I want to take Nimmo, Alvarez? I just answered my question. Who's the hottest batter on the team right now? It's Vientos. We got to go with that. So, all right. That answers the question. So that's all the props. It's going to be Vientos. It's going to be T. Hernandez, and we're going to take Flaherty over hits. We're taking 3 props. It's the NLCS, or yeah, NLCS. We got to ramp up the bets a little bit. There's only one game, so we'll do those 3. Now, what do I want to take on the side? Good question. Let's look. Do I want to take the Mets, or I want to take the Doyas, or do I want to take the over, or do I want to take what do I want to take? Well, so what do we see? The whole conversation has been about Flaherty and his downward production. His arm looks like it's getting tired because your walks are going up, your strikeouts are going down, and your outs. He's not looking as strong as he did at the start of the season, middle of the season. So I think they're going to have issues. I think the Mets bounce on them a little bit. I'm going to take the Mets to win. Not because, oh, they're the underdog. Yeah, I don't care about that. I'm going with stats and what I see with my eyes. And it looks like Flaherty's arm's giving out on him. So, and then but the Mets bats are doing a little bit better than the Dodger bats. So we're going to rock with the Mets. The hell with the point. Give me the money line. Mets money line plus those 3 props. And that's what we're going to do for this game. So that's a full breakdown. I think that's enough there. So I appreciate you watching. Drop a like and subscribe. We're going to have both games tomorrow, New York, LA, and then Cleveland, New York. I hope it's not a New York series. I just hope it's not. So World Series, we saw that once and it was miserable. So anyways, yeah, I appreciate you liking. Let me know in the comments what you think, if I missed something, if I overlooked things, because it's possible. I don't catch everything. I'm not up to date on all the news. So if I miss something, just drop, hey, bro, you missed this. I'd be like, oh, thanks. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. So we'll see you tomorrow for more baseball. Peace.